On today's show, this one's for the ladies, folks. One woman, one wheel. Amanda Thompson joins us to give the perspective of the floating females, from how she started to how we can get even more women involved in the float life. Plus, we've got a whole lot of donations coming in, so we'll update you with the Float Life Fund and give away a pair of float plates and sidekicks today. So be ready to call in when we ask for you. 571-354-7338. Put it in your phone number. Put it in your phone, folks. 571-354-7338. And don't forget, next week we'll have Jeff McCosker join the show. But right now, it's time to highlight the ladies, so charge up and get ready to rock. It's Luch Dog in the morning, and this is the voice of Onewheel. Welcome back, folks. It is Luch Dog in the morning, and this is the voice of Onewheel with our guest today, Amanda Thompson. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
We're very good. Ready to rock. Excited to talk to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure you're all ready to rock with 6 cups of coffee.
Maybe 1.5 cups of coffee.
I'm so excited to talk to you because we did a little pre-show meeting last night, and I was like sitting there talking, and I kept saying, Amanda, stop! Amanda, stop! This is perfect for the show. So thank you for joining us on an early morning, as always. And welcome to everybody who's watching on YouTube channel TTR Studios. Thank you, guys. We very much appreciate your participation. And all of you listening in your cars, in your earbuds, on your way home from work, or just kicking it with your .pro cup of coffee. Thank you for listening, and we appreciate you guys. So we got a big one today with the voice of the ladies, and I'm excited to do that. So, Amanda, have you ever done anything like this before? Isn't this right up your alley?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of video, but I think this might be my first time going live.
Oh, it's a fun, yeah, just forget the cameras are on and just go with it. I think you're going to be great. You seem to have the personality for this. I was going to say that I want to do a music video with you and me, like lip syncing to a song that already exists. Have you ever done anything like that?
Oh, I don't know about lip syncing. No, I've talked about the news on camera. I'm a journalist, so I've done that, but that's about it.
I'll take it. What about karaoke? Do you sing?
Oh, Lord, no.
Okay. So lip syncing only. I love it. I want to do that. Belly, I want to do that. Belly Matt the Bell, the producer of the show. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning to all of you one-wheelers out there.
He was up an hour and a half early setting up the studio this morning. It was 9:30. I got out of my bed. I came into the studio, and here's my man going, "We're on in 20 minutes." And I was like, "Are you sure?" So I appreciate you getting up and ready to rock. We've got to get to this thing, man.
I'm not sure whatsoever, apparently.
We've got a quick story to get into, and then I'm going to turn it over to Amanda. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the groups lately. I feel like we've seen a lot of negativity. Amanda, have you noticed that?
Yeah, I've definitely seen a bit of that going on.
And it's frustrating, to me at least. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, so we'll hit that and maybe where that's coming from. But I wanted to talk about the perspective of people who watch you on your wheel. Now, how long have you been riding?
Somewhere between 1.5 to 2 years.
How many miles do you have?
I'm sorry?
How many miles have you ridden? Do you know?
Oh, I really wish I had that number. Both of my boards I got secondhand.
Oh,
so,
okay. Fair enough. Well, my mileage is
really. How many miles they had, and then I sent one in to get a new tire, and it got reset again, so I have no idea.
Okay, well, my mileage reads 7,766, like our boy
Mine's
Jeff.
not that high.
Yeah, I don't know what. No, but it's wrong. It's been reading that for weeks. I don't know. It's just a glitch. So I really am not sure. But if you go into your board settings, you can see your actual odometer, and I think I just cracked over 800. Either way, my question is: have you ever seen somebody look at you as if you're a crazy person when you're riding?
Not so much as if I'm a crazy person. More like I may be like transported back in time from the future or something.
That's the equivalent look, Amanda. I'm going to tell you right now, whether you're transported from the future or you're a crazy person, I think people look at you the same way, and it's like this. What am I looking at? What am I
Yes,
looking
but
at right now?
in one instance, I'm the crazy person, and in the other one, they think they're the crazy person.
Very nice. So what happened to me, and Belly can attest, is yesterday I have been. So there's this curb, and it's probably 8 to 10 inches. It's not a normal curb. It's a much bigger curb, and I've been working up the kahunas to jump it and to just fly off of this thing. And it's in the back alley behind some stores. So you know how, like, if you go behind a supermarket, there's that back alley where, like, the trucks can load.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fun to be had in those back alleys. And I'm looking, there's a lot of parking like those curbs that you can do curb slides on. And then there's this big 8 to 10 inch curb. And I'm getting ready. I'm, like, going up to it like a snowboarder in the terrain park, just studying a jump before he goes off of it or she. And I'm looking at it. And I'm like, okay, I got this. Where the car's going to come from? Okay, I got this. And this dude, right as I'm about to go, he pulls up in this, like, beater red, I don't know, 1987 Honda. And he's like, dude, what is that? I'm like, man, I'm trying to focus right now, but I can't be a jerk about this. This guy's into it. So I rode over to him and I started. What? What'd you say?
You're killing my vibe.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to lock it in and go boat mode. But the truth is, I want to be supportive of anybody that sees this. And if somebody's not being a jerk about it and they're like, what is that? I want to be nice about it. So I went over to him and I said, yeah, dude, this is the Onewheel. You can get it on onewheel.com. Just check it out. You know, I do a podcast about it with a whole group of, thousands of people that love it. It's really turning into something. I'm actually trying to work up the kahunas to jump this curb right now. And he goes, oh, dude, I got you. I'll be your spotter. Go ahead right now. Go.
Your spotter, what did he think he was going to do?
I know. Is he going to just catch me as I fly across the pavement? So, Amanda, would that make you more nervous or less nervous as you were attempting a jump for the first time?
Way more nervous. I'm not that extreme or experienced in terms of extreme things. So I would rather practice in privacy first and at least have maybe a 50% chance of landing it before someone watches me.
And I think a lot of people are in that mode. That's exactly right. And if you go back to the first episode that we did, go ahead, Belly.
I would say that Adam's more of a showman.
Yeah, I like to show off. If you haven't figured it out yet, I love attention. So that's just, I mean, you are who you are, man. I ain't going to run from it. Very nicely said, Belly. But that's true. So I started listening to myself and Bodie in the first episode where we were talking about Bode Mode and how you can't think of something you're about to do from the perspective of somebody watching you. You have to do it for yourself, right? So I said, all right, man, feel free. Just park your car, make sure no cars come behind you. I'm hitting this thing. And I just ripped it, and I killed it, and it was awesome. The guy's like, whoa, woo, like he's clapping, just like Amanda is. And that was one reaction. I'm on my way back to my apartment, and and I'm done with this story in 2 minutes. I want to get to Amanda. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. My apartment is also stemming out of the entrance of an old folks apartment complex. It's not a retirement home, but it's definitely made for older folks, before retirement homes. So there's a lot of old people walking around my neighborhood. And as I'm driving back from this back alley, I'm floating back up to my house, I see this old guy and his wife. And Amanda, he's got that straw farmer's hat on, like the big sunglasses that you would expect from an old person. And I look at him the same way that I always look at everybody. What, Belly? This is what I do. I look at them and I say, yeah, what's up, guys? Like I give a thumbs up, a float on, something positive.
Right.
His response, I mean, you might have thought I was the devil.
Get off my lawn.
He was so ready to tell me to get off his lawn. Pelly's doubled over. Very nicely done. I mean, it was exactly a get off my lawn look. And his wife was looking at him like, oh, Joseph, like it's not that big of a deal. And Joseph is like, F this guy, dude. This guy having all this fun. Get off my lawn. And I laugh to myself. I giggle. I'm just like, wow, man, life isn't that bad. I don't know what it's like to be 80, but I'm clearly having a good time. Does this really make you that upset? I couldn't have gone for 10 more seconds, and another older gentleman on now my side of the street is about to pass me. And he stops me as I pass him with a smile, and he says, hold on right there, sonny. And I'm like, man, I'm about to get
Grandpa
another.
Luch is coming out.
Grandpa Luch, hey, come on over here, you. And I'm like, what is this guy about to say to me? He's hardly able to walk. I'm going to get blasted.
He's going to wag that finger very hard at you.
No, he puts his hand out and he says, I just wanted to say, you look like you're having so much fun, and I just wanted to shake your hand right on, buddy.
Correct response.
Thank you. And I'm just like, dude. Now, my question, Amanda, is what is the difference in the mindsets of those two very similar people who are very differently looking at the exact same thing? Why is one guy hating on me and the other guy just wants to give me a handshake?
I wish I could answer that. I don't really get why people hate on anything.
Well, have you ever had that experience? 'Cause I know you guys out there. Feel free to call in 571-354-7338 or hit us up on the group text in the chat room on TTR Studios with YouTube. I know you guys have all gotten a negative look. Amanda, you must have gotten a negative look before. What do you think is like, what are your thoughts when you see somebody look at you like you're maybe from the future and don't belong?
I mean, all I can think is that they must be jealous that I'm having fun and they're not.
They hate us because they hate us.
The Boston Public Gardens, where you're not supposed to skateboard, you're not supposed to bicycle, and you're not supposed to have motorized vehicles. So, all right, like I was breaking at least 2 of those rules, granted. But like this lady didn't work there. She wasn't a cop. She was just walking around and she was like, "You can't have that here."
I mean, the fun.
Adam's also been scolded.
And then she tried to chase after me, and she was like, "So can you get off of it?"
Are you saying the fun police? Give me a break. That's incredible. Like, come on, man.
I was like, I'm sorry that your life's miserable. I wish I could help.
That's pretty much my response. I'm sorry that your life sucks so bad that you see somebody else having fun and it makes you upset. It makes you upset. And so if you're somebody that, I just wanted to point that out. Don't take it personally if you're riding and you're having a blast and somebody looks at you and they look like you're a crazy person. They just don't get it yet. They just don't get it yet. And that shouldn't take away from any of your stoke. It just means they're not going to enjoy the things that you found yet. And that's fine. That's on them. That doesn't take away any bit of my enjoyment on this thing. I hope it doesn't from you guys either. I just wanted to point that out. They hate us because they ain't us.
Adam, I have to say, the lady in your story who was telling her husband to chill out, I wish we could get her in the Float Queens.
I mean, seriously, she sounds like she needs it, Amanda. Tell me about the Float Queens in general. We've got to get to what it's like to be a woman on a one wheel anyway. I mean, do you feel like... I know we talked a little bit about what it's like to be in the skateboarding community. There aren't a lot of women, and I wonder if have you ever felt like this isn't for you as a woman? I hope not, but maybe.
Nah, I kind of just do what I want. And I've never felt like I wasn't welcome or like people didn't think I should be on the one wheel.
Right.
If anything, I felt cooler. Yeah, skateboarding was kind of a different vibe. I can't skateboard. I always wanted to learn. As a teenager, I was very skateboarder adjacent and tried to make friends with skateboarders who could teach me how to do this incredible thing that I couldn't do. And they wouldn't give me the time of day. It just felt like a very exclusive club. And One Wheel has never felt like that. You know, even though my handle on everything is one woman, one wheel, it's pretty obvious I'm a woman. Like no one's ever called me on that and been like, what are you doing here?
Right.
Everyone's been very welcoming and helpful.
Well, this group is very inclusive, I feel. And that's why I wanted to take it. Like, I wonder, because I always worried about, like, as a man, and I don't know if it's different man or woman, but as a guy who wanted to get into skateboarding a few years back, I've always been a snowboarder. I always felt so damn awkward going up to some random skate park and then just like, hey guys, like, let me just skate with you. I always felt like I didn't belong, and I'm wondering if there's a stigma with the ladies where, is this like, does this feel like a boys club that you guys are starting to jump into, or have we made it feel like you guys are just a part of this as anybody is, like it should be?
I think we're the second one, honestly. I mean, every conversation I have with people, like if I have a problem with my board, or if I post a picture, you know, when my tire was going and I was like, is it time to send this in? Like people just want to help you. Like same as anyone else who would post, people will say, yeah, that's, you know, that tire's down to the threads. You got to send that in.
Right.
It's not safe.
Right. And I mean, we're watching you ride through cornfields from your YouTube right now, YouTube channel and Instagram, One Woman, One Wheel. We're just showing some of the stuff that you guys do there. So make sure you guys check out her stuff. She's got a lot of great content. I know that a lot of the females had some questions they wanted you to cover. You know, how do we get more women into this? Because obviously it's kind of dominated by men right now, but I think the men are doing can I say the men are doing a good job of making it feel inclusive? Because I feel that way.
I think for the most part, yeah. I mean, there's will have But for the most part, the guys have been really responsive. And, you know, when a woman says to them, like, I found that disrespectful, for the most part, they're like, oh, sorry, that wasn't my intent. I won't post that sort of thing again.
Right, right. Well, tell me about, I know there's been a lot of negativity in the group. Where is that coming from right now? Because I've seen, I'm running into an issue here. Can you grab the black laptop bag that's sitting in the other room? You know what I'm talking about? Thank you, bud. He's the best. Belly Matt LaBelle. Just check him out. He does everything at soapboxsports.com. I really appreciate you. Thank you, man. My battery's dying over here. What we've seen, Amanda, we've seen in the Facebook, in the Onewheel groups is just like a lot of sniping and snarking going around lately. I feel like it's been recent too. Like, first of all, it takes, I think, some balls to come on the show and just put yourself in front of people when I see a lot of things going around lately that I wish didn't happen. This used to be such a happy group, and now it's kind of turning a little snipey.
Yeah. I think that happens when, unfortunately, something starts to get bigger. You know, it's the blessing and curse of gaining traction. It's like when your favorite band that nobody's ever heard of suddenly gets big, and a lot of the fans just suck now.
The internet just sucks now. That's pretty much what it is. But I think this has to do with Future Motion. Thank you, Billy. That's perfect. This is a big, big shout that we can say to Future Motion, because what's happening is, do you feel, and I don't want to put you personally, but how do you feel that? I feel like there's a large gap between Future Motion and their customers.
I would agree with that.
And
I've reached out to them for a few different things and don't usually hear back. And it's often me saying, like, can I produce content for you? Like, can I interview you to publish on, on this website whatever it is, or can I produce a thing? Like, I when I first got my Onewheel, having no idea how terrible it would be to have to charge every 7 miles. I was like, I'll ride across the country for you if you sponsor me.
Just give me a carve power.
7 miles at a time.
Yeah, 7 miles at a time. We'll get my carve power and chiffon. I'm all set.
Now I could get 18 miles in a charge if I want to get the XR. So maybe now I can get sponsored.
That's
Watch out, cross-country trip.
Yep.
En route.
Sponsor her. One woman, one wheel. She'll wear your T-shirts. She will interview people along the way. Let's get her as our. Why don't we just sponsor you? We'll just send you on a trip across the country, and we'll just check in with you every Tuesday.
Sounds great.
I wanted to point out with Future Motion, and then we'll get into the giveaways. We have to do a better job as a community. We do. I'm serious about this. I was really pissed off about Wheel Talk. I was furious because I've done things. Hold on, yeah.
I just saw that. I was like, they're jacking his style.
Well, I mean, I was really upset because it felt at first like, dude, I mean, I asked you if you wanted to be a part of this. We do a radio show in Richmond every Sunday, and I asked you guys if you wanted to sponsor it. I never even heard another word from you. I would happily do this with you guys, and I was very offended when all of a sudden it's like, Wheel Talk? What? 6 minutes of riding through paint and cutting down a Christmas tree after Christmas and telling me happy holidays? That's a rush job if I've ever seen one, and I was really offended.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And then well, go ahead.
I can only imagine. I think a lot of creators in the community probably feel that way because we've got, Jeff McCosker making float plates. We've got Rambo and Craft and Ride making these beautiful carbon fiber fenders. And all of the accessories I have for my Onewheel came from someone in the community.
Right.
And Onewheel could be selling that stuff on their website. Like
they should be supporting them. Absolutely. They should be supporting them. They should be supporting this. I would love to but this is the issue that I think I've realized. If I was Future Motion, I'd be scared to death to jump on these groups because of how quick we are to bash them. Rightfully so in a lot of instances when you see a lot of complaints. But guys, if we create a space where they're terrified to even come on and say anything, they're not going to, and we're going to get this massive gap between us and them. I think, I mean, at first I was upset about the Wheel Talk, but then I was like, you know what? They're trying to do something new, and they're trying to connect with us. I should support that. I'm all for it. I didn't think it was great. Maybe it'll be better, and maybe they'll put more time into it. I'm happy to help with anything they can, but I think we've got to watch out how quick we are to bash Future Motion and then say, but you're never around. Well, shocker. If you sit there and bash, they're never going to make a footprint on what we do, right?
Well, I think it's the same as politics. As soon as something political comes up, it goes from like 2 to 10 real fast. And there's just...
Oh man, are we losing her all day today? There we go. So Amanda, I lost you. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, sorry. You guys are cutting out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we're having the same problem with politics right now, where anytime that a topic comes up, it instantly goes from 0 to 10, and there's no real conversation to be had because no one's listening. Everyone's just screaming.
Right. And then nothing gets done. So the next time you have a complaint with Future Motion, I totally get it. Complain to them, but do it to them. Maybe try doing it to them first before we just make this public. They're sitting in the owners groups and the riders groups with spies and snipers and whatever, and they're watching. I mean, they're watching.
Spies.
Feels like it. But if we want them to have a more active stance in the community, we've got to be more accepting to them doing so. And that starts with me. I'm not going to sit here and blast the wheel talk. I'm telling you, from something that really pissed me off, I support it. I think they should do more of it. I'm all for it. And I'd like to see it get better.
And it's one of those things where you always want to keep the door open for I know management can be tough because in this situation it's kind of like a manager-customer relationship.
Sure.
It's one of those things where you just got to kind of work together, and you can't ever close that door.
No, I am always, in fact, that's a good point. I'm extending a hand to them. Look, we've already raised $580 for Float Life Fest in a week, guys. And the door is always open. I would like to make this a space where maybe Kyle from Future Motion, if he wants to do some updates or talk about like firmware updates before they come out, come on our show and let's talk about it. I will make this a place where we can promote what they're doing and not get them to feel like we're just going to bash them. I don't want to bash, but I will say if something is wrong, I will ask the difficult questions because I am not the voice of Onewheel. We are the voice of Onewheel, and that's the point of this show. Shout out to Aaron Knowles, who totally get it. He actually, from the social media lounge, they're saying that the guy who was pissed off, the old guy who was looking at me all pissed off, his name had to have been Harold. It's a perfect name.
Why Harold?
It's a perfect name.
Harold.
Bruce. What other names could a curmudgeon have? George?
No, I know some good Georges.
Do we got a phone call coming in? 571-354-7338. We'll get Belly to lock that in, and then we'll do a couple of giveaways. So we will do that here in just a second. And Amanda, what are you? I'm sorry, I can't give you these bodacious pink Bodie float plates. Are you going to pick up a set of your own?
It's interesting. Someone's sending me one. I don't know who. Thank you, kind soul, whoever you are. Jeff McCosker messaged me the other day. He's like, so Mandy, what's your address? I'm going to send you some float plates, but I can't tell you who they're from.
Oh, no. Well, maybe it's from this caller. Who is this? Caller, who are you and where are you from?
Yo, it's Aaron Knowles from Tampa, Florida.
Oh, what's up, my man? Aaron, how are you, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
We're doing awesome. Now, remember, guys, with the phone calls, Mandy can hear you, but you can't hear her. So if you have a question for her, feel free to ask it, and then we'll just let you go, and you can listen to her response on the live stream. Aaron, how are you spending your morning? Have you already gotten a float on today?
I have not today. I'm actually at work, but I just wanted to call in about your discussion on the disconnect between Future Motion and basically all of the floaters out there.
Sure. What do you got?
So, well, my thing is this: I think that what they could be doing a little bit better is, it's just like you said, reaching out to the community, but they need to bring in people from the community. I mean, create street teams, create a conversation, have like somebody, positioned in different parts of the country that can be like a connection between Future Motion if they can't handle it. Somebody kind of answer the questions and then provide feedback to the company. Just get the community involvement, give them a voice like you guys are giving us a voice, whether we're new writers or, these so-called people with the pro writers that are out there, but at least give the community an actual voice and make us feel, important to you.
That's a really good point. Aaron, thank you, bud. Call in next week. We really appreciate that. It's fantastic. Mandy, what do you think about what he's saying there?
I couldn't agree more. I think brand ambassadors are a big thing that a lot of companies are using right now. And that's another thing that I offered to do for Onewheel that they didn't talk to me back about. So.
I mean, guys, do we realize she is an actual journalist? Amanda Thompson is her writing name. Isn't that right?
Well, that's some fake news, but
I was reading some of your stories about aliens. You had me intrigued.
It's totally true. Every word is true.
Where can people find that in case they're curious?
My blog is sashimiforbreakfast.wordpress.com.
You're going to need to spell that one for all of us.
Sashimi, like the sushi.
No.
Adam don't do sushi.
I don't do me no sushi. I saw a self-sushi roller yesterday. I almost turned my TV off. Get out of here with your cucumber rolls.
They're so delicious. You need to get on the train.
Tempura. No, I don't do any of that.
Are boring.
What's boring? Just so people know, in full disclosure, I had Cox Cable come out here and fix the internet and all that, and nothing. I'm just going to blast them next week. But is she back, Mandy? Are you with us?
Yeah, she's good.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, much better. All right, cool. So let's do some giveaways. Holy moly, it is already 11:26. So if we can, let's go to the donators only giveaway. Now remember, if you donated, we had 15 people donate since last week, and we've already raised $580. You guys are fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000 times. Thank you. Remember, 75% of that's going right to the Float Life Fest in 2018, but that means now we can give away some stuff too. So what we're going to do, Belly is going to check out our donors. In fact, you can see them all right here. I'm not going to shout them out over the air, but a lot of people have really been just helping out and doing a good job with us, and we appreciate you donating. So what we'll do is you'll see Belly is going to pick a random number generator. Don't worry about the social media lounge. You're doing great. We'll go through a random number generator 1 through 15, and we will pick a donator who will get to choose the float plates of their choice, and I will buy them and send them to you right now. Float Life float plates, whether you want the Kyle Taylors or if you want, Bodie's. 1 through 15. Go ahead and do another one so we can do it on air. Did you already do one on air? Was it right on the...
I was right on the stream. I just rolled in the number 6.
Number 6. All right, so go back there. Let's find out who the 6th donator is.
Right from the top.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brian, who is that?
Brian Pattison.
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 Brian Pattison, you are the winner. Woo! Congratulations, sir.
Hey.
Brian Pattison, I will send you whatever float plates from the Float Life you would like, so just get in touch with the show. I will reach out to you on Facebook. You know my name is Adam Carluccio, I hope. I can't stand that it says that this fundraiser was started by Adam Carluccio. Every time I see that, it makes me sick. I don't want this about me.
He wants to luge, Doug.
No, I don't. Get out of here. I want it to be about us and
floaters.
everybody. I wish it was about, I don't know how to change that. If anybody knows, please help me out. All right, let's do the live listener giveaway. Live listeners. Oh, my God. Look at all these. Hi, Amanda. You're doing great. Future Motion gets bashed nonstop on their own Facebook page. Sly Dog, what up, bro? Stoked to be here. I mean, the chats are great. All of you guys watching live, I appreciate it more than you guys know.
I have one from a text.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, hey, guys, Amanda has been such a great big part of bringing women forward in the Onewheel community. I love seeing her jump in and make it happen.
Yeah.
Thanks for featuring her today.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And that's from Andrea.
That was from Andrea? Oh, thanks, Andrea. We appreciate it. We've got another... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I love Andrea. I was going to give Andrea a shout out because as far as I'm aware, she was the only female one-wheeler who was part of the community before me. So she's the OG float queen.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you, Andrea. I've got another texter writes in, good stuff, but I feel like the host talks over the guest too much. Every time the guest was about to say something I wanted to hear, and he would interrupt the guest.
I want more from the guest
Thanks
right
a lot,
now.
Belly. Moving on. Cut him off, too. I love all the comments, and all of them, just keep them going. I do. We're going to do more about women in the one wheel to end. I just want to make sure we give it away. We're going to go a little long today, but in fact, let's do that before the last giveaway. Let's speak for the ladies. How did you get started? Because you weren't a board sporter at first. Like, I mean, what was the first spark to get you to do this and think that, all right, I can do this?
So I started snowboarding about 5 years ago, and before that, I'd never done any board sports. I'm not really coordinated or athletic. I have really bad balance. Like, I walk into walls and stuff.
Hold on. This will be great. Can we try to see you rub your head and pat your belly? Can we
Could
see
you
it?
stop interrupting the
Come
guest,
on.
please?
I know.
She's trying to tell us. Like, you literally just got called out for it.
Pedro,
And
I'm
there you
sorry.
go.
All right, I'm out. I really want to see that, though. Come on. Can we pat your head and rub your belly? Can you do it?
Adam's doing it right now.
Oh, she's got
Doing
it.
She's
I
doing it.
right?
She's doing it very well. But
All right,
please.
mute my microphones.
Last time I did the opposite.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So how did you get the spark? I mean, you're not coordinated. You didn't. I don't know if you're an athlete or not. Did you play athlete like sports in high school?
No, I hated sports. I used to dance. I used to ride horses. That's that's about it. I got into snowboarding because I wanted to push myself to do something in the winter because I hated the winter, like most New Englanders. I don't know why we all live here because we all hate the winter.
Because you can handle it.
So I decided, all right, let's make winters a little bit less bad. Let's learn how to snowboard.
Did it translate to the one wheel? I mean, you snowboarded first. I want you to talk to somebody. All right, I'm single and have been for a while. I think that works best for me. Let's say I had a girlfriend and I'm trying to get her to buy a one wheel, to get into this with me. What kind of advice would you have for a woman who maybe is thinking, no, I don't do any of this stuff. I don't ride. I don't know. It's not fun.
It's hard for me to get in that mindset because I just love it so much, and I can't see why anyone wouldn't want to at least give it a try.
Well, take us back to the mindset from 5 years ago before you got into this. Like, you remember, people are like, wait, that's a lot of money. My boyfriend already is, doing this a whole bunch. What could you say that might coax them into, okay, this might be for me?
I think it's important to realize that you don't have to have an athletic background. Because like I just said, I had no background and I'm not coordinated. I just was determined to learn to snowboard, and then a few years later to learn to one wheel. And so if you practice, you can get it. And it's very intuitive. Honestly, as far as any board sport that I've tried goes, it just, you think and it goes where you tell it to go. It's amazing.
Well, what about the one wheel do you like so much that maybe another female rider or any new rider might enjoy that they don't realize yet? What has it opened up in your world?
I mean, I do think that it opens up conversations for sure. So it can be a good social tool. You can make some new friends riding around, giving out free rides to other people.
That's also true. Now, am I crazy? Because I know for me, I work from home, and I think you do too, don't you?
I do now, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I always look for reasons to get outside because it's easy to feel boxed in. When you're working from home, you're locked in, you're doing emails, and you're doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden it's 4 o'clock and you haven't been outside yet.
Yeah.
It's a great example or a great reason for me, an excuse, if you will, to just go and explore and feel like a kid again and just get that exploration feeling. Like, I miss that, and I love it.
Yeah. And that's really good for my mental health too. And I've had a couple of other people mention to me that they've had the same experience where it helps with their anxiety or it helps with their depression. That's certainly been my experience because it does push me to get outside. I think another benefit is if you live in the city, you maybe don't have opportunities to do something like snowboarding or wakeboarding, or maybe you just need to get somewhere and you don't want to pay $30 for parking or just leaving your car on the side of the street. Like, there's a lot of applications for getting around a more urban environment. Well, I have to say the crowds are kind of lame.
The crowds?
The crowds in cities.
Yeah, like you can only ride as fast as the slowest walker.
Oh, I don't go anywhere near them. That is so true. No, you're so right. I stick so far to the grass trails and like pump tracks.
One wheeling around the Capitol would have to be pretty cool.
Yeah, can I get a DC rider to call in, please? Do we have anybody from DC listening? 571-354-7338, or maybe even just New York. Just anybody from a big city who's got some experience riding around with all the crowds and the cars. I would love to hear from you right now. 571-354-7338.
You guys are so hot right now.
I agree. Thank you very much. I agree. Yeah, that would be cool because I know I want to go ride around in the like on the mall in front of like Capitol Hill. I feel like I'm just going to get told, hey, buddy, get the hell out of here. Like the president lives here. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? I don't think they'll have any part of me in this little flotation device.
They need to get on with it.
Texter writes in, I have ridden around D.C. 3 times now, never had an issue. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Well, that's good. Do we have a call? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and... I do want to discuss Marinate, in fact. That's good. Okay, so let's discuss Marinate real quick. Guys, I have another offer for you, 15% off. If anybody's out in L.A., our co-host, Belly and I do a morning show on Wednesdays and Fridays, and it's right here on TTR Studios on YouTube as well. It's called Luch Dog in the Morning. I've mentioned it a couple times. But our co-host who lives in L.A., he's also my cousin, Matty Potts. I sent him out to the street in L.A. and Hollywood to ask people about a whole bunch of questions about the Onewheel, and he taped himself doing it. But he's never ridden before, and he asked the complete wrong questions. He says that there's a remote control in your hand. And I'm like, dude, amateur hour. No, what is a boosted board? No. And so we'll get him to do a real version. I got to get him to ride first because some of the responses were really funny. But if anybody's out in L.A., he owns and operates Marinate Restaurant. It's right at the corner of Western and Hollywood, I think. Western and Melrose. That's it. Western and Melrose in Hollywood. And here's his website right here. It's marinateyourlife.com. If you guys go up there, if anybody's out in the LA area, just head up to the corner of Western and Melrose. It's called Marinate, and he is happily going to give 15% off to anybody who just says the word Onewheel. All you have to do is go in there and say the word Onewheel, and he'll give you a 15% discount. He's the co-host on our morning show, Luch Dog in the Morning, and he's excited that you guys are all joining us. So head out to Marinate in LA, corner of Western and Melrose. Say the word Onewheel. Get yourself some tacos, bowls, sliders, and wraps for 15% off. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's a real good deal, especially on Taco Tuesday where it's buy one taco, get one free.
That's true. Very nicely done. Belly, that's why you are the man. What is the go-to food for Thamanda Crompson when she's on her Onewheel? She wants to stop and get something that she can bring back while she's Onewheeling. What is your go-to meal?
Oh, boy. For a little while when I was working in the city, I used to do this thing called Meal Pal, where you could, get food from a bunch of different places. So I kind of rode all over the financial district and picked up food from different places and brought it back to my office.
Oh.
I don't know that I had a favorite.
All right.
Variety is the spice of life.
It's hard to pin her down. She's such a journalist. It's really hard to pin you down. What is your favorite food, Amanda?
I really like Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
Great answer. Life's short. Eat dessert first.
What were you eating on the pre-production meeting last night? What was it? Which one?
That was their urban bourbon flavor.
Urban bourbon. Very nice. Done. All right, we're going to come up with a song before we get out of here and let you guys go. What song can we Onewheel and lip sync to? And then you send me the videos and I put it together and we make a video.
Are you looking for song pitches?
Yeah, I am. I need song pitches. So anybody out there that has an idea, I want to get a whole bunch of people sending me videos of them lip syncing while on their Onewheel to the same song, and then I'll put it all together and make a video about it. I can do that. That'd be fun.
So I had one.
What do you got?
I had one video that I set to the song Float by Switchfoot. And the chorus is like, it's how we float. And I thought it was very appropriate for float life.
That's not bad.
Yep. Or we all float on.
Well, that's
a good one.
Belly jumped it. Man, I was 4 seconds away. That's such a good choice. This would be a really good one.
Yes.
We could do this one. Do we got a call?
Texter writes in.
Texter writes in.
On.
Float on. You're welcome. We're all right there with you, man. Like, how good would this be if we did a music video of all of us riding around, lip syncing? It has to be the same video. And I will cut it up, because I want, this part.
Another texter writes in, Dope Ride by Saliva.
Dope Ride would be good. That's a good one. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty much already sold on Modest Mouse. But that's okay. I'll set up a poll on Facebook, and we'll do whatever we want to do. All right, we got to get these people out of here. Let's do the last giveaway. Yeah. Sidekicks coming at you live. All you have to do is call when I say, not yet. Not yet. Belly, don't take them yet until we open it up. 571.
Can they do it in the live chat on the YouTube? Can they win?
No, they got to call in. They got to call in. 571-354-7338. Call us right now. Whoever gets in first, we will give you a free pair of Sidekicks from the Float Life. Oh boy, 571-354-7338. First caller gets you a set of Sidekicks. I was pretty excited. Have you gotten Sidekicks yet, Mandy?
I haven't. I have the pre-cut vinyl wraps that Christine makes. They're hot pink. I had to.
No, I like those, and we'll have to shout out Christine while we're getting the caller set up. Very nicely done. Can you talk about Christine's stuff, because she makes some pretty good wraps?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about her wraps is that all of the little holes on the side of the one wheel are already cut out. I'm crafty, and still, like, my precision on cutting that would not be that good. So
yeah, I know. I see all these people on YouTube with the DIYs, and they're like, just cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and then just slide it on. I'm like, what kind of fine motor skills do you have? I don't have this.
Yeah.
Are we good? All right, let's get somebody on. It sounds like we've got somebody on the line. Caller, who are you? Where are you from?
It's Aaron Knowles again from Tampa. I need those kicks.
Aaron Knowles with the strong participation from today. Hey, man, that's how this rolls. You got it, my man. Sidekicks coming to you. What kind of tricks are you going to learn now that you're all protected with your rails?
Ooh, I really just want to do some 180s, maybe do some bonks, because I haven't even attempted.
Yeah, I'm going to get a bonk tutorial on here when we get Jeff McCosker next week. He will join us from Flowtopia. We'll do a little bit of a bonk tutorial, because I'm trying to learn them myself, and I feel like all I'm doing is just rolling over 2x4s. I'm not actually jumping them.
Awesome.
So, all right.
And another vote for Float On by Modest Mouse, because I just bought me a brand new 360-degree camera, and I think it'd be badass just to have that.
Okay, done. We're going to totally make this music video. That sounds good. Thank you, Aaron Knowles. Congratulations to Aaron and our old, who was the other winner? I already lost his name.
I already lost. I'll get it.
We'll get it. We'll pull that up, too, before we go. Amanda, do you remember the other winner's name? Patson. Pattison. Yep. There it was. Congratulations to him for the float plates. All right, let's get you out of here, Amanda. What would you like to say to leave the people as we head out? We've got to go. We're going to miss you.
Aw, I know. This has been really fun. I mean, I don't want to go long-winded about this, but I think the most important thing I can say on behalf of the other female riders is
take your time.
Yeah, stuff that's going on in the groups is whatever, you know. I'm not easily offended. There was a whole thread when Onewheel was teasing the XR and nobody knew what was coming, and people were like, oh, maybe it's a dildo.
I saw that. Yeah.
like I thought that was hilarious.
Right.
I'm not easily offended.
Right.
And I think, you know, the same could be said for a lot of the other ladies in the community. Like, we're in a sport that's dominated by guys. We kind of know what to expect.
But
that being said, like, there have been a few things that people have been upset about. I've had only one instance really where I've been uncomfortable, but I know other people have had instances where they've been uncomfortable.
Sure.
And the guys have risen to the occasion. You know, I've been apologized to. This other person that I'm thinking of also received a very nice apology, which I appreciate. I think that's super pro, and that's really what respect is all about. You know, at the end of the day, like, if you say something that offends somebody and you didn't mean to offend them, the intent isn't the problem. The problem is that someone has been made to feel uncomfortable. And if they say, I feel uncomfortable because of what you said or did, it's on you to say, oh, sorry, like, that wasn't my intent. I apologize. You know, I'm not going to say that sort of thing again.
Well, I think we all have to realize, and this is something that's going through our society as a group, not just our country, but everybody right now needs to realize that if you say something and it offends someone, whether you meant to offend them or not, they're still left offended by it. So you can't sit there and say, well, I didn't mean to, go shove. Maybe we could take the perspective of, oh, man, I really didn't mean to. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I won't do that again. Thanks for teaching me that. I didn't know. However, I really wasn't trying to I was just trying to make a joke. Like, I don't want to lose funny. You know, I'm a comedian.
Exactly.
I don't want to lose the funny in the world. But, like, to just say, well, I didn't mean to offend you, so go shove. You're too sensitive. That doesn't get us anywhere.
Right. And like I said, I'm not a snowflake, and I don't think any of the women in this community are snowflakes. So if we speak up about something, it's because it really did make us uncomfortable. And I feel like we've got a lot of allies with the guys in this community. You know, I've had people message me privately and be like, are you okay with what this person said? Like, did that make you uncomfortable? Do you want me to speak up for you? Which I appreciated. So I think we're in a good place and we're able to talk about it. And I mean, I'm good with everybody. I've made my peace with folks. So
well, and I think that does deserve, I think some of the men in this, you know what? Men in this group deserve a lot of credit, I think, for being so inclusive. I feel like it's been really cool to see how sensitive some of the guys have been to some of the comments that are coming back and forth, and females vice versa. They've been, everybody just seems to be getting along for the most part. It's what draws me to this community the most. It's why I do this. I'm not getting paid to do this. Belly's not getting paid to do this. We do it because we love the group of people. We love the Onewheel, and we want to give everybody a voice. And I just think that there's been a little bit of a drawback in that area, in the last couple of weeks. So Amanda and I and Belly are challenging everybody to let's just try to get along a little bit better. And if we offend somebody, then all right, it doesn't mean the world is ending. Just maybe own up to the fact that you said something that might not have been so nice.
And say sorry.
Pro.
Maybe try to say sorry.
Say
sorry.
.pro.
Stay .pro.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. And I'm not preaching, guys. I'm certainly not perfect. If you listen to my Luch Dog in the morning show with Belly and my boy Matty Potts, we are anything but perfect. But we strive for perfection every single Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. right here on TTR Studios. Amanda, thank you so much. You have been amazing today. Do you have anything left for the people?
Lots of fun. Take care, and I'll tune in next week.
All right, sounds good. We'll have you back on. She is Amanda Thompson, and you can check all of her stuff out at One Woman, One Wheel. That's her Instagram. That's her YouTube. She is fantastic, and we're just glad that she came on. So thank you, Amanda. We appreciate that. Jeff McCusker joins us next week from The Float Life. We are excited to talk to the Godfather himself. I will be trying to get him to explain how you can do a bonk. So we'll see if we can get that. For Belly, Matt LaBelle, and everybody here at TTR Studios, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate all the donators and everybody. We appreciate you. Have a great week. We'll see you on Tuesday. It's Luch Dog in the morning. And this is the voice of Onewheel.